won this big last year, 42-0. Defense has been the problem, though, this year. Again, the young Warriors have given up 47 points per game over the last 4 games. But, again, they're getting a little bit better on offense. However, John Battle returned 4 of their 5 starters from the offensive line last year. I think they're a little more solid up front and probably the best game of the night. I've got John Battle winning a close one, 30-29.
You flip a coin on this one. This should be a really good game. It's got all the makings of a classic.
Good deal. Over to Mountain Empire District, Royal Retreat at Bland County. Bland County, again, knocked off Royal Retreat in a close one last year. Royal Retreat coughed up a 17-7 halftime lead. And again, in that ball game, the Bears have scored just 1 touchdown pass with a minute remaining to eke out that win. I think this one will be just as close. Bland County will knock off Royal Retreat tonight, 25-16. Southwest District action, another great ball game. Tazewell at Richlands. This is a rivalry game. Last year, Richlands, even though they won, didn't win impressively. Again, they were rolling when they got a hold of them last year. And Tazewell's coming off that 52-0 drubbing of Hurley as they come into this one. It is homecoming at Richlands, and I think that the homecoming, I think it plays a role here. I think Richlands wins this football game 34-32.
This could be a good one. I think Richlands may cover that spread a little bit more. I think they're going to go against your theory.
Just a note, if we saw him in the first game of the season, junior Levi Forrest last week, he hit a 52-yard field goal, set a Richlands record. Again, he is a Division I prospect. I think he's going to Wake Forest is his early commitment, but we'll just have to see. But again, that kid can kick it.
Well, if you're going to Wake, you've got to have some brains too. That's pretty impressive.
And again, he's a talented young man, and he's back next year as well. J.I. Burton at Homeacre, another non-district game, which is going to be a pretty good football game, we believe. This game went back and forth. These two teams going in different directions, though. J.I. Burton has won 3 straight after going 0-2 to start. Homeacre has dropped their last 2 after going 3-0 to start. J.I. Burton quarterback Houston Thacker has been giving problems to everybody this year. Again, he's throwing it for almost 200 yards. He's rushing for almost 155 yards. Grundy and George Wythe put up big numbers against Homeacre. I think J.I. Burton, the 1A school, picks up a huge win and helps their playoff chances tonight. J.I. Burton knocks off Homeacre 32-24.
This is one of those games I waffled back and forth on, and my system this year, of course, it's not really working since I'm in last place with a little bit of a controversy in our picking. You gave Rob credit for a win he didn't earn.
Exactly.
It's another story, but I've been going with the home team on close games. I think Homeacre may pull this one out.
I think the artificial turf gives J.I. Burton just a little more speed. Never know.
Maybe so.
Thomas Walker at Hancock County. Thomas Walker, though, 4-2 right now. They could be 5-2. They're right now in the mix for a home game in the Division 1A grouping. I think they will play well tonight. Again, on the road, it's at Hancock County. But again, that's the same team Rock Cove beat a little bit earlier in the season. Thomas Walker knocks off Hancock County 28-12. Lebanon at Graham. Again, Graham seeded number 4 right now in the power points. I think that, again, Lebanon comes in. One of the smallest rosters in Southwest Virginia. They allow 40 points per game. And I think that Graham rolls, again, with their Division I prospects. I think they roll big, 63-7.
Graham is always tough. They don't seem to ever rebuild. They reload.
Again, Cam Allen, their quarterback, is already committed to Purdue University. Abingdon at Virginia High, again, a huge game, again, with big implications for the playoffs. Abingdon made 3 turnovers last season, made 3 turnovers last season. Again, that setback against Virginia High that started their 3-game skid last year. Senior quarterback Gabe Booth, though, he's thrown for almost 1,000 yards, and he's averaging about 180 yards rushing per game. Virginia High has allowed 406 total yards against Chilhowie last week. That was kind of a big letdown for them. I think Abington goes on the road. John Battle plays better at home, but Abington will get the win, 30-27.
I think it's going to be a close one, too, and actually win against my own system. I took Abington as well in this game.
Abington on the road. Be a good ball game down in Bristol. Patrick Henry at Holston. Again, Patrick Henry is rolling. They're one of the only 3 teams left that are undefeated in Southwest Virginia. They join Chilhowie and Ridgeview as the only undefeated teams in Southwest Virginia. The Rebels are averaging 47 points per game. Holston needs 2 more victories to secure their first winning season since 2013, but they don't get it tonight at home. Patrick Henry rolls 47-25.
I think that one may be a little bit closer. I think Holston's a little better team than you're giving them credit for.
Lehigh at Union. Let's talk about it. The old battle of the boot. Lehigh actually took a 6-3 lead into halftime last year against Union. Lee rushed for 265 yards against Ridgeview last week, but again, that was a huge blowout, a 49-7 loss. But Union is coming off their second straight impressive win over Morristown West. Heavyweights such as Brendan Mullins, Trevor Wagner, and Brandon Bunch are good up front for the Bears. I think they win going away 39-12.
I'd like for Lee to win. I've been on the Lee bandwagon all year long, but I believe that Union's just too much for them.
All righty, so that's a little bit about Southwest Virginia. We'll take a quick break, come back. We'll talk about our Premier Pharmacy Players of the Week. We'll talk about the PowerPoint ratings, and we'll get you squared away here for Gate City and Marion. Again, you're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Proudly representing Southwest Virginia in the House of Delegates for the last 24 years, Terry Kilgore continues to strive and work hard for others. Just like our Gate City Blue Devils proudly represents our school, our town, and community. Delegate Kilgore, a proud Gate City alumni himself, wants to thank the residents of the 1st District for their trust and support over the years as he's continued to voice our needs and concerns in Richmond to make our region a tremendous place to live and work. And on behalf of Delegate Kilgore and his family and staff, they say, Go Big Blue! Ken Russell's Barbershop wants to wish the Gate City Blue Devils the best for a great season and wants to thank all of the Blue Devil fans, alumni, and students for their patronage over the last 30 years. And to look your best at the next Blue Devil sporting event, stop by and see Ken and Joey on your way to the game. They are located on Lynn Garden Drive in Kingsport next to Collins Auto Center. Proud supporters of local athletics for almost 4 decades, Ken and Joey Russell say, Go Big Blue! Tracing the roots all the way back to 1962, Weber City Drug is your locally owned pharmacy that offers personal customer service to the entire family. They strive to meet your prescription and over-the-counter needs and accept most insurance plans. They are located in Weber City across from Roberts Tire, so give them a call today at 276-386-3482. Again, that's 276-386-3482. You can also go online at wcdrugcenter.com, and they're also on Facebook, and they're open 6 days a week.
And we're back here live for the pregame show here before Gate City and Marion take place here just about 20 minutes away, 1923 to be exact from kickoff.
That was a good year. So I've heard.
Well, speaking of times in the past, if you're going to listen to us at halftime, you'll get Chris Carr's world famous This Day in Sports History. Again, that will be coming up during the Campus Drive-In halftime show.
You know, I'm even thinking about maybe going out into a little military history since we're up here in Marion, Joe.
Oh, no. So, again, you have to stay tuned, again, at halftime for that.
People will be on the edge of their seats, I'm sure.
I know it. It's riveting.
Riveting.
Pop the popcorn, be ready.
Radio Gold.
Exactly. We're proud now to announce our Premier Pharmacy Players of the Week. Each week, Premier Pharmacy selects talented individuals who demonstrated excellence and outstanding effort in football matchups around Northeast Tennessee, Southwest Virginia, and for our Gate City Blue Devils. Those honorees qualify for the annual Premier Pharmacy Player of the Year Award to be voted on later on this season. This week's Northeast Tennessee Premier Pharmacy Player of the Week is Daniel Boone running back Charlie Cole. In last week's 42-20 homecoming victory over Morristown East, Cole rushed for a season-high 263 yards on 22 carries, 3 touchdowns for the Trailblazers. Daniel Boone has now won 5 straight games, and Cole leads Northeast Tennessee in rushing with 1,147 yards.
The Southwest Virginia Premier Pharmacy Players of the Week are J.I. Burton's Houston Thacker and Grundy's Gabe Fisher. In the Cumberland District Showdown with Eastside, Thacker helped the Raiders claim the 41-35 victory by passing for 189 yards and 2 touchdowns, rushing for 56 yards and 3 touchdowns, and if that's not enough, came up with the game-saving interception with 24 seconds left to preserve the road victory. Pfizer broke the Grundy school rushing record for the 3rd time in his career, gaining 368 yards and scoring 6 touchdowns in the 50-16 win over Twin Valley last Friday. He now leads Southwest Virginia in rushing with 1,328 yards and has powered the Golden Wave to 4 consecutive victories.
The Gate City Premier Pharmacy Players of the Week are Luke Reed and Isaac Stapleton. In Friday night's homecoming game with Ridgeview, Reed's 3-yard touchdown in the fourth quarter capped off his stellar 100-yard effort in the game, and again, it was Gate City's first of the season. He also was in on 6 tackles for the Blue Devil defense. Stapleton was a force up front with 5 tackles of his own, and he helped open holes for the Gate City offense that rushed for over 250 yards and gained 19 first downs, both season highs for Gate City. Congratulations to these outstanding players. Premier Pharmacy proudly served their region for the last 30 years. They specialize in creating personalized medicine and welcome the opportunity to serve you and your family. Give them a call today at 423-245-1022 or go to www.rxpremier.com to learn more. So, on the backside of this, we'll come back. We'll talk about the PowerPoint ratings and the starting lineups for tonight's game. Again, you're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Tremendous customer service, affordable prices, and outstanding work. That's what you're going to find at State Line Collision. They take care of all your collision repair, body work, paint, and automotive needs for everyone in Southwest Virginia and Upper East Tennessee. And they want to take this opportunity to say thank you for the thousands they've been allowed to serve, and they look forward to serving the next thousands into the future. So if you've got a need, give them a call. 423-392-0828. Again, 423-392-0828. State Line Collision, proud supporters of Gate City Athletics.
Rob got. I'll wait till we come back.
And we're back here again. 15 minutes away from kickoff. Marion and Gate City here, live on Gate City Sports Radio. We appreciate you, everybody that is listening in, wherever you may be and however you may be listening to us. Talking about the playoffs, again, Gate City comes in this contest 0-6. However, all 4 teams left on their schedule is ahead of them in the PowerPoint ratings. So again, the road is actually still in their hands. I mean, they can go and make the playoffs, but they'll have to win out.
Well, you know, Joe, the good thing about this, there's not a lot of what-ifs. It's pretty simple. They control their own destiny. We can manage to win. We advance. It's pretty simple.
So the playoffs basically start for Gate City starting tonight. We'll take a look at the 2D ratings. Again, Ridgeview, number 1, 6-0. Again, they are open tonight. Union at 5-1. Of course, they're just right behind Ridgeview in the standings. They play host to number 8 Lee tonight. Grayson County, which is 5-1, right on Union's heels. They've got Auburn, which is the number 7 team in the 1A division out of Region C. Graham is the number 4 in terms of power points, 4-1 on the season, and they are hosting Lebanon. Virginia High, again, big game for them. They're taking on Abington, which is number 5 in the PowerPoint ratings in the 3A division. If Virginia High gets the win, they not only get the regular points and everything that goes with that, but they get additional points because they beat a 3A school. Plus, for every victory that Abington gets from here on out, they get, and it's also another incentive, and it goes on top to help them. So big ball game for Virginia High tonight.
Hey, Joe, can I interrupt you for a second? Just, you're more familiar with this than me. What happens to Abington if Virginia High wins? How badly does that hurt Abington in their bids?
Abington, it will hurt them from the standpoint of their overall. They don't get additional points for playing down. You get additional points for playing up. Again, of course, that penalizes Abington because there's not a lot of 3A schools around. They have to go to Christiansburg and some of these other places to take on 3A teams. So they're always sort of at a little bit of a disadvantage because they're in a district where all the other schools are 2A.
So a loss to a 2D, though, does not hurt them more than a loss to a 3A school?
No. It's just the same, pretty much the same with that. So as we go to the number 6 team that's in the PowerPoint ratings, Richlands, again, at 2-3, they host Tazewell in that rivalry game. John Battle, number 7, they play host to Y Central. Again, we talked about Lehigh. Lehigh is the last team in the playoffs as of today. They're the number 8 seed, and again, they travel to number 2 Union tonight. Then the teams on the outside looking in, again, that need some help. Tazewell at number 9 would be great for them if they can pick up a victory over Richlands again on the road tonight. Marion here is the number 10 team. Of course, they're facing our Gate City Blue Devils here in just about 12 minutes. Y Central again at John Battle, and Lebanon at number 13 at 0-5 takes on Graham. So what Gate City wants is They want Lehigh to win. They want John Battle to win, and they, of course, need to take care of business tonight because